guys, I hope you're all doing really well. Today we're taking a look at this. It's the Parasaurolophus from CollectA. Now this is actually quite an old model, it comes from 2013, but was part of a huge unboxing that we did earlier this year, and we're slowly getting through all the CollectA models, and we've got a brand new unboxing coming up very soon. So I thought it was about time we took a look at this model. What I like about this figure is, first of all, it's a big chunky figure. Now when I was little, big dinosaur figures used to remind me of how enormous dinosaurs were in real life, and that's why I kind of like big figures like this one. But also it does vaguely remind me of the Parasaurolophus that we see in the first Jurassic Park. I know its coloration is completely different, but it's just got that sort of shape, and the thick tail just reminds me of that Parasaurolophus that we just see in the distance in the original Jurassic Park. And I really love doing reviews like these, just the amazingness of the form of the dinosaur, its colour, the fact that this thing actually existed in prehistoric times. I just think that is absolutely unbelievable. So without further ado, let's take a closer look at this dinosaur. Starting off with the head, you can see there's tons of detail crammed in here, and probably the most impressive thing about this head is the use of colour. It's kind of like a mixture between a baboon and a tapir or zebra. Really lovely use of different bold colours here, blue and red contrasting each other, and also done in this sort of glossy paint to really make this horn stand out. Really nice. And then you've got this lovely detailed duck-billed area at the front with the nostrils and the striations on the beak there. Really nicely painted interior of the mouth, and they have sculpted a tongue as well. This is great for a model back in 2013. This is a really nice level of detail we're getting. As we move down the neck, you can see there's a lovely mixture of colours going on here. They've not only transitioned from a dark brown to a pale sandy colour, but they've also given it this sort of light yellow wash over the top, which brings out all of this sort of scaly detail and almost makes it look like it's an older figure than it actually is. It almost looks like this dinosaur has been weathered. And then you can see there's some really nice airbrushing going along here as we join up with the shoulder. There's lots of lovely sculpted creases and fine scaling throughout this model. Really lovely fine scaling. As we move down the arm, you can see there's some nice lines of compression there as we join up with the lower arm, and you can see there's some really nicely detailed toes there. Nicely painted as well. Very nice. As we move back up to the torso, you can see there's some lovely creases running under the belly. You can see there's the CollectA logo, Parasaurolophus 2013. And as we join up with the leg here, you can see the clear definition of the muscles, not only in the sculpt, but also in the paint job. They've used the airbrush just to accentuate those areas. You can see we've got some really nice creasy knees. We love our creasy knees on the channel. As we move down the leg, you can see there's some nice musculature there, clearly indicated on the back of the leg. Nice bones protruding from the back of the ankle there, and you can see lovely sculpted toe claws. They've almost transitioned from a lighter brown to a darker brown as we get towards those toes, and then really nicely painted toe claws as well. As we move up to the tail, again nice defined musculature, and I love the thickness of this tail. Look how thick that tail is. Puts the Jurassic World T-Rex's tail to shame, this one. So as you can see, lovely airbrushing continuing down here. You can see more of that weathering over the top, that yellow weathering that really makes it sort of look old and beaten. Really nice. Same on the other side. As we get round to this side, you can see there's the Parasaurolophus cloaca. CollectA are one of the few manufacturers who actually put the cloaca, the dinosaur's sort of anus, actually on display on their toys. So yeah, you might find that on a lot of CollectA models. As we move down the leg, again, nice clear musculature, more clear on the lower leg here as you've got this compression. Really nice. And then as we move into the toe claws, really nicely sculpted. Unfortunately, because mine's been sat in a warm place for a while, I think he has sagged a little bit, so when I put him down, unfortunately this foot is a little bit warped, so it's not meant to look like that. As we move back up to the chest, really nice lines and creases going on under the belly. Look at that lovely detail, really nicely sculpted. And then as we move up to the shoulder, really nice creases here and folds of the skin. Again, a really nicely sculpted foot, carefully painted too. And then we move back up to that beautiful head sculpt and paint job. So just how big is this guy? Let's get out the tape measure. You're looking at about 12 inches long, which is about 30 centimeters. And then in terms of its height, you're looking at about 4.5 inches, which is about 11-12 centimeters. So it's a really nice, big, chunky figure, this one. All right, my favorite size comparison time. Let's bring in the Carcharodontosaurus. This dinosaur figure is highly sought after. We have done a review of the Carcharodontosaurus. I'll put a link in the description down below. But for a long time, this one went out of stock in most stores, and it became a very highly sought after figure. If you've got him, you're very lucky to find him. But you can see the Parasaurolophus makes really nice prey for this Carcharodontosaurus, and they scale up really nicely next to each other. Next up, here's the Parasaurolophus next to the CollectA Parasaurolophus, and again, we have reviewed this one on the channel. He comes with a nice sandy base, and you can see they scale up quite nicely next to each other. And lastly, let's bring in our good friend Off-Color Alan. He's looking more weathered than the Parasaurolophus. So there we have it, guys. That was today's look at the CollectA Parasaurolophus from 2013. I'm a really big fan of this model. I think it's fantastic to have a big chunky herbivore with a really nice thick tail and beautiful airbrushing and bright details. You know, it's not a massively loud and proud dinosaur figure, but I think just the right amount of embellishment has been used on the head there, and it's certainly one that I'm going to be proud to put on my shelf. Let me know, guys, do you already own this figure? It might be one that you've had in your collection for some time, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments down below. If not, do you think you'll be picking this one up? In the meantime, rate, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.